as we get set to go racing. Green flag is out. We're underway for micro swifts once more. Once again, 16 laps on the board for these drivers as we're underway.
Into turns 1 through 3, and not as much of a dogfight as we've seen in the opening couple of laps like we're used to, throughout the field today. As you see one driver making a move there, the 52 of Pedro Kale, making a move up as he heads his way through the S's now.
Azzioli now closing the gap pretty quickly. On the way, as we see the arc grouping right now, they're failing out, involving Pedro Cueto. Touched upon him having an interesting story when it comes to him. Back around 2022, lost his femur to doing sarcoma, and despite challenges from his limb salvage procedure, it does impact things there, but he still excels on the racetrack. Had picked up the Colorado State Karting Championship back in 2023, his first year racing. Now,
when they are entering onto it, so it might be a little bit too big of a task for these guys, but still, playing nice for the time being as we get closer and closer to that halfway mark.
So now, somebody's going to have to leapfrog eventually. This group, it looks like the leapfrog going to come right here, maybe. We fish up to the outside for a moment, and that's going to cost him a spot. Cueto makes the pass, no problem. As he took advantage of Bishop having to cut to the right and try and move on the outside in that part of the racetrack.
Making their way through the infield section, you could say, when you're talking about difficulty of this track, this is where you can really gain and lose some time, just having to be very careful on the inputs through here, is to not lose the draft that you need to find time around this 1.1 mile pro circuit. As at the inside, 283, that's making the move. Gian Olsen, Ital Course America, find himself side by side with Cueto as contact between the three of them. 3 karts going off and around in turns we'll have on replay to show you just what happened. As 4 karts going into one corner doesn't quite work. Some drivers giving each other almost a bit too much room in there. As one driver going up and over the curbs, I believe that was Colson, who pretty much caused that whole thing there, collecting one driver and another there. An honest mistake from him.
He broke the winner buttons. Some more battling on the racetrack, continuing on. Sanders, and now it's Cueto getting the top 5.
Yeah, that's huge for Cueto to get into that position. Could be a good result for him, but he's going to have to work for it. Top 5 to start off the season would be huge for him. They're making their way down one of the longer straightaways on the North American karting calendar. Under threat yet again. He's going to go wide there. A little bit of a hand raise as that was a little bit of a late move from the Nash Parallel. It'll be interesting to see how the leaders are going, to see if there's any plans from Piccaroli, if he's looking to the inside and some.
With Calfo and Panasonic at the back. Green flag is out. We're already through the opening corners, just setting things up in front as the field makes their way to the opening portion of the racetrack. That's Julian Go run on through here. Take a look at some of the air packs going on and squabbling. Seen some squabbling Tibbs in that grouping. Good run so far for Cueto, making up some good ground in that grouping we just seen on screen.
Building an even bigger gap, 1.8 seconds between first and third. Is one driver around, that's Cueto. This early on in the race, you got a long race after that. Look at this 3 wide going into the corner and just absolutely nowhere to go.